Dua Lipa is one of the biggest stars in pop right now, and her album Future Nostalgia not only got critical acclaim, but had massive commercial success. But it looks like behind the scenes there is a lot more about her that fans don't know, and some of it is not pretty. Let's get into the celebrities who tried to warn us about Dua Lipa Part 2. First up, we got James Charles. Dua Lipa and James Charles have a long history of feuding, with multiple shady tweets back and forth between the celebrities. It all started in 2019 when Dua attended the American Music Awards. Pictures of Dua at the event were then posted to Twitter, which is completely normal obviously. But things got shady when James chimed in and replied to the photos, saying, quote, "I thought this was me." This was not the first time that James and Dua had been compared. Photos comparing the two were getting shared around Twitter after her MTV VMA performance earlier that year. But the response to James's tweet was not good, and fans of hers immediately started replying, telling James to delete his tweet. Some replies read, quote, "The audacity," with another adding, "Delete this immediately." In an interview weeks later, Dua admitted social media gives her a lot of anxiety. She said to BBC Breakfast, quote, "People feel like they can say things because they're hiding behind a computer screen, and for me it's important to use social media in bite sizes. As long as it makes me feel good, and the second it doesn't, I like to take some time away from it." This was not Dua's last interaction with James. In December of 2020, a tweet went viral showcasing a very shady subtweet that Dua posted about James. The tweet shared a screenshot of two previous tweets with a laughing emoji. One was from James. It showed a photo of Dua Lipa compared to a photo of James Charles where he was trying to imitate her hair and makeup from that day. James then captioned this tweet, quote, "Twinning with a heart." The second screenshot was where the shade came in. Apparently after Dua saw that tweet of James's comparing them and calling them twinning, she subtweeted James, writing on Twitter, quote, "When an ugly stranger calls you twin, no bitch," plus some laughing and crying emojis. So it's obvious that Dua was calling out James here for saying that they look similar. Since most people on Twitter hate James Charles, the tweet got tons of support. One Dua fan said, quote, "I just started listening to Dua Lipa and she calls James Charles ugly." Another person tweeted, "I already stan." I should note that many online doubt that her tweet was actually real because she was not verified in that tweet. Either way, it shows that whoever posted the fake tweet thought she had beef with James Charles. Next up, traveling. In 2020, we had a major world event that forced a lot of people to stay in their homes. I can't exactly say, what this event is that I'm talking about, YouTube won't let me, but you guys know what I mean. During this time, many celebrities took to social media to share what life was like for them while they were stuck at home. Dua Lipa was one of these celebrities, and when governments asked citizens not to leave, she came online and supported the decision, telling her fans to do the right thing and to not socialize. But shortly after this, she was called out for being a huge hypocrite. During this scary time, Dua was traveling all over the world without a care. She was also with her boyfriend Anwar and a group of her friends. Fans took to the comments to call out her hypocrisy, with many saying her words were empty and she clearly did not believe that she should be staying at home. One fan tweet about the situation read, quote, "Dua Lipa having the audacity to tell us to stay at home when she's been to about 4 different continents." Dua did not respond back to this criticism and continued to travel despite it. Artikal sound system. One of Lipa's biggest hits is her song Levitating off of her Future Nostalgia album. It was a chart-topping hit that even spawned a collaboration remix featuring DaBaby. But just weeks ago, a small indie band called Artikal Sound System sued Dua, stating that she sold their song to make Levitating. The song they believe she ripped off is their 2017 track, Live Your Life. The band claims that they have been touring since 2010, with that song being a staple in their onstage performances since 2017. In the suit, the band claims that Dua and her collaborators, quote, "listened to and copied Live Your Life before and during the time when they were writing Levitating." The band did not give any specific proof that they heard the song before making Levitating, but they believe the songs are way too similar for just to be a coincidence. At first, everyone thought this was a simple money grab and the band was doing this to become more relevant. But after the songs were compared side by side, it's hard to ignore the glaring similarities. Fans are even starting to defend Artikal Sound System for filing this lawsuit. One fan of Dua's wrote, quote, "I love Dua and I thought these people just wanted an easy money grab, but once I heard a part of the song, they definitely had the right to sue." Another fan wrote, quote, "If they have proof they created it before, run the check. Damn near the same song and I'm a true Dua fan." Even though many think the song is similar, many people don't understand why it took so long for this band to come forward since the song has been a hit for over a year now. As of now, Dua nor her legal team has made any statements on this matter, and it seems they will be leaving their comments for the courts. And finally, Dua herself. Dua Lipa is one of the most successful artists right now. She's been featured on a ton of hit songs, and her song Levitating topped the charts when it came out. Her album Future Nostalgia even won a Grammy in 2021 for Best Pop Vocal Album. It is actually one of my personal favorites. All of the success seems to be happening so fast that some critics wonder if it was really earned. The idea of pretty privilege has become more mainstream over the years, with some celebrities admitting their good looks played a factor in their success. However, Dua does not believe this has been the case for her, and thinks she's successful purely because of her hard work and talent. In a Rolling Stone interview, Dua was asked if she thinks her good looks have anything to do with her success, and she disagreed. She said, quote, "I've never really seen being pretty or beautiful as some kind of power. It's never been something that I identify with, and with no disrespect to you, obviously I feel like I was a little bit shortchanged in a way because I don't feel like I've gotten to where I am because of that. I'm extremely hardworking and driven, and I feel that that's the reason why I got to where I am, through my hard work and my drive. I just wanted to make that clear because it's been playing on my mind." Obviously, hard work and talent are very important, but just because Dua does not think her looks have played a part does not mean that they haven't been influential to other people. Some critics found this take a little tone deaf, as she shouldn't assume it has not played a role, and she should acknowledge that there was most likely some privilege. Alright guys, that is all for the video today, but before I go, I'm gonna shout out some comments from top 10 celebrities fighting to play Madonna in her new biopic. Randy said, "Definitely Florence Pugh, no doubt. First the looks when they do the transformation makeup. I'm a huge fan of Madonna since 1983. That's why I can tell you who is the most fit in portraying the role, and specifically the shape of her face and acting skills. She can really do Madonna. Good luck in bringing on Florence. This is one of her most big acting breaks in your career." Yeah, I think Florence Pugh is absolutely the frontrunner. I think I said in that video that's who Madonna wants to play her, but for some reason they think Florence is maybe a little too like nice girl image, like they want someone a little like tougher, so that's why I think Julia Gardner is like in the mix as well. Mary Beth said, "I think Florence Pugh or Miley Cyrus could easily sell the part. I'm very interested to see this project when it is complete." Me too, I absolutely love biopics. I love autobiographies. It's actually my favorite type of book. So, you know, when movies come out based off those autobiographies, it's the best thing ever. Then BBT said, "I think Chloe Grace Moretz would be good. She has a very chameleon way about her. I can see it. I can also imagine she'd be too good for it." Yeah, I think Chloe Grace Moretz would absolutely kill that role, but she's really haven't heard her in consideration for whatever reason. Then Purple Passion said Paris Jackson, but she'd probably not want the role, and they would want her to cover all of her tattoos with makeup, but you never know, she may accept if asked. She can sing. That would be something if Madonna asked Paris. Madonna dated her dad, and they later had a feud, but I think Michael would want her to. Yeah, it's so funny that people are saying Miley Cyrus, but then Miley herself was like, no, Paris Jackson is the best person for the role. So that's really interesting. I feel that Paris will not be considered because she really doesn't have much acting experience, and this is going to be a huge movie, so I think they need a really big star. It's surprising they're not considering Miley. I feel like she's one of those people, she's phenomenal both acting and singing. Like, what more could you want? But I mean, it is what it is. Alright guys, that is all for the video today. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith, and we will catch you in the next one.